There is an intensely average person sitting in a small apartment right now. They aren't wealthy, they aren't shredded, and they regularly lose the morning battle with their alarm clock. Fast forward exactly 3 years, and they are unrecognizable. They boast an elite physical baseline, a deep stack of profitable skills, and total financial independence. Everyone around them looks at this massive gap between who they were and who they are and assumes the secret was an innate, superhuman level of willpower. We try to replicate that imagined discipline every January. We decide to overhaul our entire lives at once, mapping out a flawless new diet and a punishing workout routine, running entirely on high motivation. By the second week of February, that raw motivation burns out. The new diet feels exhausting, the early alarm becomes unbearable, and the entire routine collapses back to baseline. The people who actually succeed don't figure out how to generate endless motivation. They engineer a system specifically designed to guarantee they won't hit a zero day when they inevitably feel lazy. That system starts with one operational rule: perfection is a liability. On low-energy days, executing a 10-minute workout or reading 2 pages is a success, because doing a tiny fraction always beats doing nothing. This chart maps the strict mathematics. Improving just 1% daily tracks this curve, yielding an exponential 37-fold increase in a year. Plotting a 1% daily decline, the trend line rapidly decays, driving progress towards zero. Tiny choices compound rapidly in either direction. To stay on the upward curve, you have to stop trusting how you feel. The first failsafe in the system is tracking hard objective metrics, like the exact number of workouts logged or grams of protein consumed, instead of relying on fluctuating emotions. If the target was 4 gym sessions and you only hit 2, the data points clearly to what happened. It strips away the guilt and turns a missed goal into pure feedback, rather than an emotional failing to be punished. Data keeps you honest. It cuts off negative psychological spirals that convince people to abandon their goals entirely just because they had one bad week. The second failsafe removes willpower from the equation altogether by physically altering your environment to anticipate and neutralize your worst natural habits. If you know you scroll late at night, you leave your phone in another room. If stress makes you eat junk food, you refuse to stock it in the house. You pack your gym bag at dawn so you can't talk yourself out of it after work. You don't try to train your brain to resist temptation. You construct a frictionless routine where the right choice requires the least amount of physical effort. This diagram illustrates the final barrier you have to survive, the desert of boredom. For the first 6 months, the visible results line stays completely flat, offering zero external validation despite your daily effort. But looking below that surface line, we see the true mechanics of the process. The daily repetition is quietly building a dense, massive network of compounding value that simply hasn't reached the surface yet. Enduring those quiet months is the primary filter for success. Most people quit their system right here, walking away just inches before the compounding effect becomes visible to the outside world. 3 years later, those hidden gains break the surface. The daily execution yields a transformed baseline, deep technical skills, and an authentic, quiet confidence. Outside observers see the final product and write it off. They assume a genetic advantage, an unearned lucky break, or endless motivation they just don't possess. They don't see the messy reality of the last 36 months. They miss the mornings spent hitting the snooze button, the frequent self-doubt, and the days you skipped the routine completely. You don't wait for self-doubt to vanish before taking the first step. You take the action anyway, letting the relentless repetition lay the groundwork until the confidence forces its way in years later. The person who reaches this point is completely unexceptional. They are flawed, easily distracted, and frequently tired. Their only distinguishing trait is a stubborn refusal to let the compounding cycle permanently stop. Achieving an extraordinary result doesn't require a magical burst of inspiration.